keep his opponent from killing all the longbows for free. He needs more villagers, I can't stress this enough. He has 15 on food. He has 1800 food. British is a food heavy civ. This should be a red flag, a warning sign to fix your macro right there. You can't let that happen. And he's just never really been maxed the entire game. Again, I can't stress enough how advantageous hotkeys are to just being able to continually max your army. At this stage, I would say that StormComing is going to win this game by just his good defensive play. I'm not going to say his defensive play is amazing, but he's done a solid job of just holding Milky back from crushing him. And Milky hasn't done enough of a job at just compounding his economic advantage. Also, Milky has such map control that it wouldn't even be a bad idea to make 2 mortars and attack this, and just mess with his opponent and split him up. He's got the attacker's advantage of having map control. He should exploit that to control where his opponent fights. It means this attack, or this defense, will weaken. This will be significantly less of a priority for him because he's going to be worried, crap, I have to defend here, I have to defend here, I have to make sure he doesn't just break me. I don't have time to focus on beating down his FB just yet. Can't believe Milky isn't exploiting that advantage. Dragoon's back, they're gonna die here doing absolutely nothing. Longbow's back as well. You have range advantage, exploit it. Force him to come to you if you're using longbows. You always have the range advantage. So you should want him to come into you because it means you get in more shots. Those 2 or 3 extra shots on his units are always an advantage. Overall, it's looking like Milky is down and out in this game. He's worse off on economy. This is huge red flag. He needs much more food income. This is going to kill him. And also, he should be sending this rocket shipment. It's free population, free units, and their artillery. They force your opponent to make more culverins. Even if they die, you got them for free. Who cares? And also, they can deal a lot of damage. StormComing, his economic balance is great. Maybe he could go with a little bit less wood, but he has a good amount of food, which is fine because he's making a food heavy army. He has a good amount of coin, just very well balanced. I like that a lot, actually. Milky, you need more guys on food. Holy god, you're gonna lose because your macro is just not as strong as your opponent's. You're trying to fight a micro game against someone who doesn't even have to focus on making cows and dividing his attention between attacking and macro management, which is managing your economy, managing unit production. Yeah, at this point, I'd say Milky is down and out. I mean, I'll keep watching to see how it develops, but I don't see how he can win this. Pull your longbow back behind your muskets. Muskets up front. Tank the damage. He's got a mostly musket-based army anyway, so that's fine. And that's really the point of muskets. This just looks bad for Milky. I don't see how he wins. At the same battle, StormComing is doing a good job making a good composition of muskets and Cassadors and artillery. It's a fairly solid composition. He could maybe do with a few Dragoons at the back because Milky is making Huss, and Dragoons deal a good amount of damage to Huss at range, but there's no urgent need for them. Overall, the musket alone are dealing enough damage. He could micro these organ guns better to just centralize the shots on the infantry instead of letting them shoot at cav. Their strength is their massive anti-infantry damage. So you want to take them and just select them and right click directly on top of that army. Get them to shoot on top of his infantry and you'll do worlds of hurt. Doesn't take much time and it wins you games. At this stage, I guess it doesn't really matter. He's already won this game. I don't see any way for Milky to come back. His economy is too drained. Even if he starts playing strategically now and really focusing on macro, it's a serious uphill battle. I would predict a GG before too long. Yeah, he should GG at this point. I'm tempted to just fast mode it to see if he does, because this is unwinnable. 3.5k food, but this much coin. If this ever happens to you, just pull guys off coin and put them on food. That food is 10 times more important than that coin. You have 22k coin. That's not going to drain before your food will. And again, having 3 TCs up just to continually remake bills probably would have helped his economy quite a bit. Because he could have had 40 guys on food. Even if he is not focusing as much on cowing, if he's occasionally doing that, he's at the advantage. Because he'll still get more cows than his opponent will just milling. Come on, Milky. Know when you're beat. Time to GG. Nice flank there. He should be able to get these mortars. Maybe not. That's gonna block, but I'd still think he can get the mortars. Yeah, he should. Focus fire on this. Keep shooting with the mortars. Keep reinforcing this and he'll win. Yep, there's GG. Okay, the major problems, as I've said throughout the game, is that Milky just didn't focus enough on his economy. British is an economic civ. More than that, they're a macro management civ. If you can get ahead by cowing well and continuing to get income from that, you should. It's always advantageous to be that 200 points ahead just because you focused on cowing. Especially at this level of play, just good clean macro will win you games. You don't need to focus on being tricky with your units. You don't need to focus on having perfect micro just yet. If you can just clean up your macro, so you're always making units, always making cows, always gathering cows. StormComing played a really clean game though. I'm not going to say it was perfect because obviously there's things he can improve on, but I like that he was trying to abuse positioning early on. That was a good advantage for him. It split Milky's attention and it allowed him to get into a good defensive position and a good defensive mode. He forced Milky to split early on and just go, oh my god, and split his army, and it weakened Milky's macro, I would say. A little bit of just lack of experience probably hit him there. He probably said, oh, I need to deal with this, I need to deal with this, I want to keep this push going. And he forgets about gathering them. So, I guess that's everything I need to say about this game. Until next time, this is _PI reviewing Treaty.